Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade, back playing some more Farming Simulator 17. Hey, we're back here at Estancia Lapacho, and we're back on the harvest. Got to get this harvest going because look at the forecast for today. Rain. Rain is coming. So I'd really like to get all this harvested. Let's be real. I'm probably not going to get it all harvested, but I'd like to get most of it harvested before the rain hits. So the race is on. And I'm already back in the negative up there. Negative 11,000. I hate seeing that. I hate seeing that little dash in front of that number. But we've got timber to sell. We've got plenty of crop to sell. Just ready for crop prices to come back up. They may be back up this morning. I haven't checked them yet. Because they were in the tank here recently. They were really low on everything. This is just a huge field that we've made here. And the thing is, it's going to get bigger. Once we buy field 13 and 8 and 7 and 9 and 11 and 10 and clear all that out up there. And then once we start project 12 up there and clear it out, it's going to go all the way to the railroad track up there. So this is going to be a Goliath of a field. And then even too, when we get to 15 down there, we're going to move our sugarcane operation down south, which is where it belongs really. And we're going to move, we're going to plow 14 and 15 together and 13 together, and then it'll kind of connect to this field. But yeah, if you didn't watch, was it last episode? It was the episode, it was the episode, no, it was the episode before the last episode. We bought field 22 down there, and I want to move the sugarcane operation down there to the field south of the road down there, south of the highway. And really, it belongs down there because, number one, you have the sugar mill down there anyway. See the sugar mill down there in the southwest part of the map? You have the bakery down there. So, and you've got the harbor down there. You've got 3 sell points for sugarcane down there. And the only other one that might matter is the transport company, which of course is in the extreme northwest of the map. But we've got the grain elevator number 2 just north of that field. Just take that little dirt road north of that field and you can just load it on the train right there. Easy peasy, easy schmeasy. I don't know how you say that. But anyway, that's where we're going to store most of our sugar cane, primarily I guess in number 2, but we've got sugar cane everywhere. We're not going to have a problem with sugar cane. We've got 500,000 in 3, we've got 500,000 in 1, 500,000 in 2, and we're getting close to 500,000 in 3 in the grain elevators. So, yeah, that's that. So we're going to move the sugarcane operation down south. But right now we need to focus on the harvest. And you know, I love this little Stara Arca wagon. It's really nice, but I kind of want to upgrade it. I really want to upgrade it to a Brent. I mean, 33,000 liters versus 53,000 liters. Why not get the extra 20,000 liters of capacity? I mean, this is okay for canola, but I mean, can you imagine wheat on this field? Especially when we expand it that way. We'll be full before we get halfway through the field. Alright, helper A has a full grain tank. Hopefully he's pointing outward. Is it getting hazy? I hope it's not getting hazy. I don't want it to rain right now. I wish we could get an hourly forecast. That would be helpful. Because then you'd be like, okay, you got a 30% chance of rain at 9 o'clock. You've got a 50% chance of rain at 10 o'clock. And then it's a 100% chance of rain at 11 o'clock. I was like, okay, so we need to get it done before 9. That way you could plan out accordingly. I mean, everywhere in the world you get an hourly forecast. It's like everywhere in the world. Might not get an hourly forecast in Antarctica or something like that. But here in Estancia Lapacho, we need an hourly forecast. Anywhere you farm, you need an hourly forecast. Oh, Nelly, back up. Got my truck over there. Actually, I probably could use the train up here. Where's the train at? Hello, train. There you are. Let's just head on over there. That way we can just empty straight into the train here and... Boy, we got a lot of canola. Think of all this canola is going to be turned into a lot of cooking oil and chips and what else? All kinds of cooking stuff, I guess. There's canola oil and chips. Yeah, you get the sun chips. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have those where you're at or not. I love sun chips. They're really really good. My favorite was the barbecue, but they did away with those, so I have to settle for the garden salsa sun chips. Garden salsa, they got some new ones now. They've got a ranch, a tomato basil, and a Parmesan garlic. The ranch is good. Tomato basil's okay. The garlic Parmesan, yeah, I'll eat it. I mean, let's face it, I'll eat anything except Indian food. But, and you know, I'm not being, you know, insensitive, you know, towards Indian people. I mean, like Indian, not like Native American. No, I'll eat, you know, pretty much anything except Indian food, like, you know, curry and stuff like that. And it's like I said, not that I'm trying to be, like, you know, insensitive towards that culture or anything, but let's just say I had a bad experience, and we're gonna leave that one right there. That's as far as I'm going with that story. Yeah. So, no Indian food. Don't do Indian food. Not a thing. Not gonna happen. So, but yeah, I like the sun chips. I like the. They're really good. And they have, I looked on the ingredients on the back, and they have canola oil in them. So I'm like, hey, you know, I farmed that. So, alright. Boy, he misses a lot on this edge here, doesn't he? All these little triangles. Have to come back and get it. Looks like he missed a big triangle down there. See, I need to harvest the soybeans over there in 28. Got soybeans in 6 that I need to harvest, and I got soybeans down in 22 that I need to harvest. And I've got them running perpendicular to each other. I've found that this is the best way, if you're in single player, to run the operation. Because unless you have a straight square field, yeah, you could run them parallel to each other, like put one on one side and one on the other. But this way, they can run and do their own thing. You can go and grab them one at a time, for the most part. That way they don't get full. Most of the time they won't get full. Just pointing in towards the crop. I've found if you run them parallel more often, they're going to get full pointing in towards the crop. This way you can kind of keep them empty as they're on the outside. Big field here. We created a monster with this field. So yeah, I talked about in the last episode, really? He's almost got a full grain? Well, I guess that makes sense because his part of the field is getting longer than where I was at. Let's see how much this guy had. I really need to stay with this guy. Keep him offloaded, but you know what? I probably could race back over to him and get him offloaded by the time he gets down there. We'll try it and see. Probably a bad idea, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, he's already headed back, so Maybe I can get him offloaded and then race back down there and grab him before he reaches the end. Really need a faster tractor. I'm trying to think. I think the JCBs go a little bit faster. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. I know what you're doing, so please stop explaining. Tell me cover. No, that's Don't Speak. Yeah, okay. I could have gone with Don't Stop Believing. Didn't think about it at the time. I just had that one kind of queued up in the old brainery. Yeah, that's Don't Speak. By... who's that by? That's by Gwen Stefani? Or no, that was No Doubt. But isn't that Gwen Stefani? I think it is. Yep, that is by the band No Doubt. That's not a band, it's a... well, yeah, I guess you can say it's a band. A group. From the 90s. I was always partial to, you know, like, Oasis or, Nirvana. Foo Fighters really... They kind of came later. You know, more of your kind of rustic sounding Hootie and the Blowfish, you know, Blues Travelers, you know, stuff like that. Back in the old 90s. I don't know, I was partial to I like the rock stuff and the I guess you'd call it popular stuff. Somebody told me that pop and popular were not the same thing. I thought they were. I thought pop was short for popular, but apparently it's not. So I like the popular stuff, you know, the stuff that was #1 that made the charts. Maybe that's what we should call them, charts. Charters. No, they don't sound good. I don't know, I'm gonna stick with pop. Short for popular music. The rain is holding off. And don't get me wrong, I still like the classics. You know, Creedence Clearwater. Led Zeppelin, AC/DC. Leonard Skinner. A little bit of Pink Floyd, maybe. Some of their stuff is, yeah. But yeah, The Wall, Dire Straits, ZZ Top, Tom Petty, you know, all the good old stuff, you know, George Thorogood. I'm sure there's more, they're just escaping me. It's still early in the morning here. This is like the 3rd or 4th episode I've recorded this morning, so been pretty busy. Alright, I'm gonna go grab... I'll need the crop. Ooh. I'll get this guy, because the other guy, he's gonna take a minute to come back. So yeah, we got all the trees cleared up there. I moved the little tractor with the little plow up here. I'm going to go ahead and set the parameters for this field up here and get it plowed so we can get it planted. And then we'll start on Project 12. Really, Project 12, I don't know, I've been kind of hesitant on it. I almost would like to wait till I get to Project 10 up there. But I may not wait. I may just go ahead and start it. Just keep it on that side of the road and Project 10 is going to be a project. It's got a lot of trees in it. Yeah, and I'm trying to get the sugarcane operation moved down south. I still got to set the perimeters on the field down there. Those little grass areas down there, just to the east and southeast. Well, just to the east and to the south of the bakery. And then I'll go work on the field south of 22, and then I'll be able to move the sugarcane operation over. So I got a lot to do. A lot to do here in Estancia Lapacho. Not to mention, I still got to plant all the places that I've already plowed. Down there south of the hill, over there, the East River project. Still got to plow up the West River project and work on it, and plow all that up north and get that planted. So then you got Project 26 up there around the pigs, and up there by the to the east of the ancient ruins. And I still haven't decided if I want to put a field on the west side of the ruins. I could, and I may. So, but keeping in mind that some of these fields, while they're getting plowed and, you know, I'll plant them with crop, at some point I will probably turn them into grass fields. Or hay fields, really. We'll get there. This is just what, episode 30 something? Yeah, I think we're getting in the upper 30s here. I don't know, we're getting close to 40. It might be close to, it might be somewhere around 40. I know this is the relaxing part of Farm Sim right here, just doing the crop, you know, harvesting the crops. Helper M has a nearly full grain tank. Alright, well, I'll get to him. I'm almost there. I wish that notification would stay there and it would show me like live. Like, okay, he's at 82%, 83%. I know that they have that inspector mod on PC and you can watch it live. Really, you guys are going to fight? Come on now. Okay, yeah, he is getting full. But yeah, this makes quick work of the field, having 2 combines and running them perpendicular. Running them perpendicular works. Why can't I talk this morning? Perpendicular. Oh yeah, I did run into one problem down there. Down at just east of the bakery, across the road, that field. There's one of those big trees that you can't cut, like up on the hill up there. See all those trees up there? We can't cut those because they're the big tree. So yeah, we can't. There's just one, and I think we can plan around it. We plan around all those up there on the hill, so we should be able to plan around that one. It's disappointing, but I mean, it's there. Nothing you can do about it. Hope this rain holds off. Yep, wish I had GPS. Wish we could put our little mark. It's not in here in the cab. I think they turn it off when you go in cab. Wish we could put our little mark inside the screen there and click on it and be able to turn, like, okay, GPS on, set GPS, you know. Wish we could interact with it. Which is another reason why, you know, I said it, I think in the last episode, I'm planning on probably switching to PC at some point in the future. Console's fun, but PC, I mean, you cannot deny that it is better. And if I'm gonna stick with this, and I don't plan on leaving this anytime soon because I love it so much, I just need to go ahead and make the switch. And then I could have all the nice stuff like GPS and I don't know about follow me. I don't like having lines everywhere. Of course you have lines with GPS too. I think you can turn them off though. I think you can turn the GPS lines off maybe. But having GPS would be nice because you could just turn it on, you know, relax a bit, just let your tractor follow the GPS coordinates, the lines, and I don't know why Giants hadn't brought it to the game yet. I guess maybe they think it's cheating. You know, it's really not cheating. I mean, all of this equipment has it. I mean, really, all of this equipment has GPS capabilities. I mean, so why not bring it to the game? Now, here's one thing I wish they would do, and I'll say this in closing. The hired worker system. That's what GPS needs to be. When you drive the vehicle yourself to the field and line it up and turn it on, that needs to be GPS. And then when it gets to the end of that row, you adjust it and you can deactivate, turn it off, you know, turn it around and reactivate the GPS system, you know, get it lined up. But that's what the GPS system needs to be. The hired worker system, or the assisted worker system, needs to just be either a work board. Remember the mission boards that we had? I'm full. I can't remember that anyway. Remember the mission boards that we had in 15? That's what the hired worker system needs to be. You go to a board, or even on a computer, if you want. And you can make that different on different maps if you want to. You can make one a job board, or one a job board on a computer, like a website. And make it like a program where you hire the workers out from the farm. So let's say, okay, I want George, let's just pick a name, George. I want him to take the crawler tracked T8 and the corn planter, let's say corn planter, and I want him to go to field 28 and plant that field and then come back to the farm and park the tractor where it was. That's what a hired worker system needs to be. You need to be able to control that from your computer, like at the farm, like the laptop that's here in Estancia Lapacho in the main office. That's where you need to control that from. That's what it needs to be. Took out a little crop on that. I'm not all worried about it. And then turn the GPS system into the current hired worker system. Only you have to stay with the tractor. If you get out of the tractor, it doesn't work. If you're gonna do it, I mean, like realistically, have it to where you stay in the vehicle and you still get the benefits of the GPS system. That's how it needs to work. That's how Giants needs to do it. Have the hired worker system where you do it from the farm, where you just have no contact with the vehicle whatsoever. You can go and watch them if you want to, but they grab the vehicle from the farm, go do the job, and come back to the farm. You know, take the roads. They use their turn signals, the whole 9 yards. That's what it needs to become. And I don't know how it'll be for 19. I have high hopes, but you know, I'm really, you know, I'll take whatever they bring us, really. But that's how it needs to work. I mean, can you think about how cool that would be? To be able to hire your worker out from your farm, and you can either just go and watch them or, you know, go do something else. They do the job, and yeah, it might cost you more, you know, because of the drive time and, you know, and all that. But I mean, that's part of farming. You pay them, you know, they're on the clock. Whether, you know, you're gonna pay them anyway. And maybe that could be another thing. Maybe you could have workers that come and clock in. Okay, I want you to clock in at 7 a.m. today, and then clock out at 7 p.m. today, and you pay them no matter what. I mean, you pay them hourly wages. That's how it needs to work. Not based on, okay, I'll pay you when you start working the field. That's how it works now, because you have to drive the vehicle over to the field yourself, line it up, and then hit hire worker. So it's like, okay, they magically appear out of thin air. Now that could be changed. That could be a little more realistic. It'll be a little more complex, but it's totally doable. Totally doable. I mean, you could set up the program that way to where it's like a panel with drop down menus. So like, let's say like, okay, here's your menu, and I know this is getting long. I'm fixing to close out here. Here's your menu. Okay, this is where you put your field number at. This is where you put your vehicle that you want to use at. This is where you want to put, what tool do you want to use, cultivator, which ones you have in your inventory that you've bought in your garage. And that's it. I mean, you pretty much, said, okay, I want you to use this tractor, this implement, go and do this to this field, go fertilize this field, go cultivate this field, and, yeah, that'll be it. So, that's how it needs to work. Alright, well, that guy's full up there. I'm going to have to go empty him at some point, but I'm going to try to get this guy emptied off first, because he gets full very fast. Lined up with him here. Alright, well, I'm going to try to beat this rain, guys, and try to get this harvest done. Hopefully I can get it done and before the rain hits. I don't know, if the rain starts, I may have to start working on something else, work on another project. If it starts raining, I may go plant, because I think we can plant in the rain. Just can't harvest in the rain. Alright, so that's been my 2 cents. That's really what I'm hoping to see in 19. Don't know that we will, but I have a feeling it should come to that. And that'll be great. That's how it needs to be. Alright, so until next time, guys, remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see you guys next time.